Hello, everyone. This is your daily reading, and this is for today. I believe it's Wednesday, June 6th. So, happy Wednesday, everyone. We're in the middle of the week, and so I also feel that it's also very symbolic for maybe the energies of the week, where we feel like we're in the middle, the thick of it. We feel like we're kind of in this like 5 to 8 energy here, where we're kind of like in and out of feeling very much disconnected, and then like getting a glimpse of it, but then going like in and out of this feeling. I feel like we catch a glimpse, and then we become blind again, and we have to find our way back, and it's kind of like a give and take. And I feel that we're getting closer and closer. It's more like a taking 5 steps forward and maybe taking 3 or 2 steps backward. Not in a sense of like really going backward, but that's kind of the way that journeys go. Journeys don't really have a straightforward trajectory where you can really, logically calculate, how this journey is going to go and how well this is going to progress. Progression is always kind of, not linear. And so that's kind of the feeling that I kind of getting, is that even though we are like, we feel like we shed a layer, and then it seems like another layer comes up for us to deal with. So it almost feels like we didn't really get out of it, but that's just kind of like our perspective because we're in the middle of it, if that makes sense. So to kind of describe how I'm feeling with these cards, let's just go into it. We have 8 of Swords, the Moon in reverse, and 5 of Pentacles in reverse. So I'm seeing this really only one main way. Is my camera like shifting? I feel like it was shifting. Alright, so this message has been very clear for a minute, even with the weekly reading that I did, where we had the High Priestess in like the position of like us and our current scenario, if you wanted to call it that, and us kind of wanting to even go further into feeling not helpless, but of not being in control. And I'm feeling like that's coming to kind of like a head, not really a head today, but like it's really more intensified. I'm reminded that the moon is in Pisces today, and it will eventually conjunct Neptune in Pisces. So I'm feeling like we're going to not only get a glimpse of our, our greatest dreams, but even possibly some of our worst nightmares that we have to deal with. And it's not necessarily anything that's actually to be fearful. Again, I feel like this is really meant for us to face it head on, to realize that the way it looks in front of us, it's not actually as powerful as it appears. Kind of just more with this not using our eyes, not using the very 3D tangible senses, going more with the 4 or 5D feelings of your thought and your emotions, going more in that realm, sifting through that realm in order to come into this 5 of Pentacles energy of, coming out of spiritual poverty, coming out of this dark night of the soul, if you want to even call it that. I did have on the bottom of the deck, did have 2 of Pentacles in reverse, so I'm kind of seeing this as us wrestling with being between both worlds, possibly, or just us feeling like wanting to go after the things that we care about versus our obligations, especially with this intensity of Pluto versus Venus. Yeah, all of the cards on the bottom of the deck are giving me that feeling of really having to deal with this tug of war, and the only way of finding our way out is going within, going way within that hermit, energy of, if you have to detach from other people for the moment, then you got to do that. If that means you are on social media for a minute, then that means that's what happens. If whatever it is that you have to do to kind of block out all of this outside external stimuli to get to the heart of the matter, not just the matter, but to get to your heart, get to your pure soul. Scorpio energy is pure. It's the truest you. And so I feel like that's what's being spoken of when we look at this Moon card and Five of Pentacles in reverse, of finding your own light by really closing your eyes, not paying attention to the other lights, quote unquote, around you. So very much so, like if it could have just all been in one card, this feels like Hermit card energy to me. So I felt called to also pull an Oracle card. I actually intended to only pull 2 cards and then an Oracle, but this card wanted to come out at the very end, and so I definitely, I guess, appreciate that was there to give an extra confirmation and clarification. But I'm pulling from the Rumi Oracle. I don't believe if I have shared this with YouTube yet, but I want to show you the Rumi Oracle. I try not to do these very much for like the public readings because these are honestly very intimate cards. Like the passages are very intimate, enchanting, but really asks you to delve deep. And so I felt, especially with the energy of these cards and just the energy of today, I just felt like this was called for. Or I didn't necessarily logically decide that, but something told me to, so here we are. And so the card is You Who Show the Way. And honestly, I feel very much that this is resonant with this Moon card in reverse. I mean, just look at it. Look at not even just the imagery, but the colors. Like, that's my favorite thing about this deck is the colors are very intentional, very intentional. So this is giving me, crown chakra feels, if we call it feels. But I like that this is 3-3. I like the number. I like threes. I like the Trinity numbers. Reminds me of Christ energy, of creation energy. So I love that 33 is a master number. So I like that already. But let me read the passage for you because I felt that was really. If maybe my words weren't resonant, then I'm hoping that this passage will do justice. So I'm going to read the poem and just read the parts that I found. Well, not the parts. Try and make this the slimmed down version so that it's not too long for you guys because I'm already at 8 minutes. But I really believe that every word is intentional. I mean, if you know anything about Rumi, his poetry is magical, is just not, doesn't do justice. So let me just get into it. The logical mind runs away from drowning. Lovers accept drowning in the sea as their destiny. The logical mind finds consolation in reaching a level of comfort in life. Lovers are focused beyond their own comfort. Even in your unquenchable passion for service to humanity, to the world that offers you so much, there is a time when your most powerful offering is actually and most simply that of your presence. You show the way. You, who inspire though how you choose to live and be. You, who sometimes think yourself to be invisible. You, who consider yourself to be of no particular or exceptional worth. Yes, you. You, who through your choice to live your truth, reveal my face, demonstrate my love, embody my presence, and heal my beloveds and love my creations. This oracle comes to you with a special message. You are an inspiration. You are helping those around you, and even many of whom you are unaware. You are helping those, you are doing this because this is your path. This is your way. This is your gift. To live a life dedicated to the growth of consciousness and, through that dedication, inspire others to receive the loving consciousness of the great beloved that can benefit them so greatly, no matter what their situation or circumstances. You are not doing this through any effort or will. You are doing this because this is your nature, your being, your way. Just as the sun breaks through darkness with its own light, shining light with its presence by simply being, so too does your inner sun, your soul. You don't have to understand this or do anything with the information given, although you may find it of comfort or even be shocked by it, pleasantly perhaps. It is just an acknowledgement of who and what you are, given freely because you are ready to receive such an acknowledgement. You are also being gifted through this oracle with a sign, a portent. This oracle is an omen, an issue too difficult for you to understand, no matter how hard you have been working on it, is about to be resolved. You have no need to hold on to it or become more worthy of that resolution. It is going to happen according to the grace of the great beloved, and your job is to allow it to happen, to simply bear witness to the resolution, even if you have no idea what is going on in the process. Let me flip the page. You may find that whilst you are letting go, the resolution happens without you being aware of it until after the fact. Then, apparently all of a sudden, what was the issue is no longer so. You, who help others, are a worthy recipient of the help of the great beloved. Be prepared to surrender all plans and convictions about what can and cannot be, about what you think you know and what you think you need. Allow the benevolent grace of the beloved to take you through the great waves as the seas become calm and serene under the living divine light. This oracle brings the message that if you have a situation in your midst that feels impossible to resolve, the divine has it covered. Do the sacred honoring ritual and let it be sorted out by a power greater than your own. It shall be sorted out, and your sun shall rise. Just as day follows night again and again, so too shall your sun rise after any issue or struggle. Have faith and hope, and know that this is a sensible approach to any dilemma, no matter how serious it may seem. For what is it to bemoan the absence of day, even on the longest night, when you know in every moment dawn is ever closer to breaking once again? Your hope then is not foolish, but wise. So, just before I do the secret honoring ritual, because I do actually want to do that, I'll just let this be a longer video because I feel like a lot of people need this. I feel like a lot of people have just been, just with the energies that I've been picking up with just the past couple of weeks, with that Seven of Wands energy that we kept pulling last week, of just needing to keep going further, I think I even pulled like a Nine of Wands, I think, a few times. So it's like us just really pushing and almost like pushing our limits to where like it's almost like a pop, like we pop out of our own boxes, and through that we become limitless in a way. And so I'm going to do this or read this sacred honoring ritual so that you can do this on your own, or you can do this as I read it. So let's get started. It's very short, so it's not very long. Place your hands on your heart and say, "The divine, who loves me unconditionally, blesses me now with such grace that my life aligns with divine order and all becomes golden, blessed, and mercifully held in the compassionate consciousness of the Creator. I thank you for the courage and faith I have needed to endure the night, and I now celebrate the coming dawn. I see it coming, I see its light, and I thank you for this mercy. With Rumi, who loves me unconditionally, I am now shown the way to the dawn. It is at my feet, and together we step into the gift of the new day. So be it." If you have a specific issue you would like addressed, hand it over to the Divine Beloved now by talking about it, just as you were having a conversation with your oldest and dearest friend, for that is exactly what will be taking place. Then, when you have explained your feelings, your doubts, or fears, let it go and know that the situation is held in the grace of the Great Beloved, and you have completed your sacred honoring ritual. So, I really hope, I'm sorry, I'm just like, got really warm. The energy of that was just really got me a little hot. So I really do hope that this resonated with you guys. of just not just holding on and having faith, as the message has kind of been lately, but of knowing that not just that this is all divinely planned, and that through you letting go, you are still being held. There's no real loss of control. You will always be on the path that you need to be on. So the more that you just allow what needs to happen, the more you'll be able to not drown in the water. I feel like this is like a moment of just letting yourself float with the tides, where the more you struggle with the tides, that's when you start getting pulled under. That's when you start to have the water come up over your face and you start to feel suffocated. It's when you move, or not even move, it's when you don't move, when you're passive, when you're non-aware. Or not non-aware, but you're non-acting. Very much that High Priestess card that I pulled for the weekly forecast. So I hope that this resonates with you guys. I know this one was a little bit long, but I never like to apologize anymore at this point, because I feel like, the message is the message, and time is irrelevant and not an issue. So I hope that this resonated with you guys. I send you guys so much love and wishing you many blessings. I have appreciated, all of the love, all the likes and the subscribes and all of that. I'm just appreciative. I enjoy doing this, so I just appreciate others, affirming, my passion and just letting me be of service in some way. So hope you guys have a wonderful Wednesday. Check out the weekly forecast if you have not yet done so, as well as check out my new website, gladiatorinsweats.com. I'll have that info down below as usual, and I believe that is it. So until tomorrow, bye.